I think I'm going to win. I don't think Tyler has a chance. He's got stubby little fingers. I've got less stubby, less little fingers.
I think that I'm going to win because I'm used to taping ankles and taping wrists. And there's a lot of tape being used in these presents. Plus, Dylan's not even allowed to use scissors.
Hey everyone, I'm Shannon from 3 Wise on Media. And today I'm going to be teaching the Elkins Boys how to wrap Christmas presents.
I thought you were giving us presents. So here in the ancestral Elkins home, we utilize a wrapping technique known as finding a bag and stuffing paper in it.
Yeah, you take a big bag, preferably one that's durable enough for you to reuse year after year so that you never have to wrap anything. To be honest, I have more experience wrapping mummies.
You're going to need scissors, some tape, the wrapping paper, and of course, the present that you're going to wrap. The first step is to make sure you have enough space to wrap the gift because you're gonna start out by rolling out the wrapping paper a little bit. You just want to make sure you have enough room. And then I always turn the present over so you have the bottom on top.
What if it's a cake?
Yeah, or hermit crabs.
Yeah, or fish.
Those would probably go in a bag.
Oh, that's where bags come in.
Is the box hot dog style or hamburger style?
It's square. You're gonna have 2 flaps that are shorter and then 2 flaps that are longer, and the longer flaps are gonna be the ones that come over on top of the box. And this wrapping paper is really nice because it has a grid on it, so you can kind of use that to measure where you want to cut.
I shotgun the one with the grid, Dylan.
Nope. No, I called the blue one. Blue's my favorite color.
So when I count the squares, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6 squares. So then I also want 6 squares on the other side.
I didn't know we were gonna do math.
It's not math, it's geometry, it's squares.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna cut right there. Cut along the line, like so.
Wasting a lot of paper. I'll use my excess paper as a garnish for my box.
So I take this flap and I fold it over. I'm gonna take this side and kind of like measure to make sure you don't want to cut it like too short where it ends up right here. You can always cut a little bit more because you can trim it if it's too long, but if it's too short, you gotta start over again.
So measure twice, cut first.
So we're gonna take the first flap, and then for this piece, I usually just put 1 piece of tape in the center.
Won't that tape ruin the present?
Yeah, what if it rips off the packaging?
What if it rips off the packaging, then you can never send it back. You can never return it. It loses value when you try to sell it on eBay.
Then use a piece of painter's tape. So now you want to take the other flap and fold it over. A present this size, I would probably put 2 pieces of tape.
What about 1 long piece?
This is where it gets a little tricky. You take this and push it down. Take the 2 end pieces and you want to fold them in. And then this part just folds up. And then you repeat the exact same thing for the other side. Then you turn the present over and you have the nice flat piece on top. And that's how you wrap a present.
So in the cartoons, they always have a second character put their finger on a string, and then they tie the string, and then their finger always inflates like a balloon. When is that step?
Who would like to go first?
I can go first. I'm the older brother. Dylan got to pick what wrapping paper he wanted. I get to go first. I'm going to set the pace, and I'm going to win. I haven't won a challenge once.
Age before beauty, I guess.
3 things you want to keep in mind: speed, accuracy, and overall presentation.
I'm going to use the scissors to open the scissors. When does my challenge start?
I already started.
No, it didn't. So step 1, we're going to take the wrapping paper out of the wrapping. This should be an easy process now that I have scissors. I like these scissors because they got designs on them. So now, I don't remember really at all what Shannon was saying because I was distracted by the kittens. So I'm going to go on instinct. And I do know that she said something about this grid and how many squares that you should do. And I think I recall the number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines up. I think she said a short side and then a long side. Shannon made it sound like it was going to be easy to put it on the lines. And this one is like in between lines. No, it's got to be longer. It's got to be 7 lines. Shannon lied. That's step 1. Then step 2 is you take this and you fold it over the top. So we're going to cut. And then I fold up the short end, make it nice and neat like Shanny did. And then she said to use painter's tape. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then if I know anything about tape, you wanna take these big thick strip boys like this, and then you rip them down the middle. So now I have more tape than I started with. If it goes a little bit long, that's okay, that's what Shanny said. Then the other side flips all the way up. Okay, so we might have made an error here. This does not cover the entire top like Shanny said it would, so she must have given me poor directions. I don't know if she did that on purpose or if that was just an oversight on her part, but we're gonna make it work. So we've got it secured to the top, and then we're gonna chop it down. I think she did something similar to this. You chop it down, and then you fold it up. Just like this, to hide all the rips that you get. And then I take the paint, oh, gotta fold it up again. See, I think this is where Dylan was saying you needed the person's finger to hold it down, and then you turn it into a balloon. A little bit more painter's tape. See, a bag is so much easier, because you just put it in the bag. Like, so you just keep everything nice, and then now, we're gonna do some decorating. And I noticed that the Espers gave us some tinsel. And I'm gonna go gold here, because red and yellow is like Hulk Hogan, and gold is just fancy yellow. I think I need a lot of it. And this is where my mummy wrapping comes into play. Take the gold strip, we're gonna wrap it around, and then we're gonna tie it. Because it's really cool to have danglies, because then the cats play with it. If you have any kids, kids will probably play with it. And then I'm gonna do a little bow, and we're gonna stick with the gold theme. I don't necessarily know how to get this to work, so we're gonna go to the painter's tape. Boom, boom. So now we've got a good color scheme. We've got red and gold with a little bit of blue, and we're gonna call this bad boy finished. And we've got the dangly for the kitties, as you can see. That was a choice that I made.
Are you proud of that?
I couldn't be more proud of it. Look at how much attention it's getting from the cats. All right. We don't need this. I get in trouble for that one. All right, Tyler said I can't use any of his tools, but guess what? We don't need them. Rip. See, what Tyler's mistake was, is he used not enough paper. You can always remove. So I'm gonna get too much paper. Let it roll on the floor. All right, here's the box. There's a bunch of stuff in the box. We're not gonna need it. Box. It's all about speed, everyone. I know we're counting squares though, so let me, okay, this should be good. Yep, covers the whole top of the box. How many squares is this? That's too many to count. I don't have time to open the scissors. So let's just rip the paper. You can always tape over it, right, Shannon? See? Too much paper? But we can remove it. But I'm not gonna do that. All right. Goes right over. For your break. I'm gonna use this tiger stripe tape presentation. No one will know.
I know Tyler didn't know how to open this, but I'm not an idiot. You just rip off the little bottom paper. Alright. So, what we got is a perfect cube. Garnishment. Who cares about the bottom? No one's gonna look at it. And look at that rotation. And it sits flat, so you can like slide it under something if you need to.
But how many cats are gonna like it?
I didn't make it with cats in mind, I made it for people. I made it for Shannon.
Now I'm gonna go over all three categories. Again, they were speed, accuracy, and overall presentation. Dylan was the fastest, but I did express at the beginning that it wasn't necessarily about how fast you can do it. But if we're saying just over speed, Dylan would have won that. Now, accuracy, I have to give to Tyler. Tyler actually recalled some of the things that I said. He tried to follow the directions as best as he could, better than Dylan did. Now, overall presentation, if you look at the gifts like that, Dylan's looks better, but if you flip Dylan's upside down and you turn the present around, I have to give it to Tyler. So, Tyler, congratulations. You have finally won a challenge.
Yes! Woo-hoo! And this is the most important challenge to win. Who cares if you can eat things? What matters is accuracy and presentation. I'm King Christmas! You suck! This is why I'm the older brother. They had me first, and they had you second. Because you were a mistake, you're the worst, your present was a mistake. This is what you would give to someone. It's 100% kitten approved. That's all I have to say. I could not feel better.
It was really just picking which one wasn't the worst. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to see me teach the Elkins how to do more stuff, check out the videos in the description or the videos here, wherever they pop up. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and see you next time. Just don't mind what I'm doing right now. My wrapping paper was just ripped, so I just cut the ripped piece off. So just ignore this.
Sounds like cheating to me.
Before we begin, oh God.
Sound like you want to do it.
I know.
To be honest, I have more experience wrapping mummies.
That's the joke you want to go with?
It made Shannon laugh, so you suck it, man.